Alright, so I need to... Every time, I always find someone with a terrible fucking name. Hey, you, Hentacle Tentai, fuck off. Get yourself a better name. Jesus. Oh, the people that play this game drive me fucking nuts.
Please be advised, the following presentation is not intended for minors.
Oh, I'm an idiot. We need to go to Red Rooster Stead. Fuck. I was a step ahead of myself. Well, rogue it is. Let's start up the rogue quest. Alright, time to hang out with my favorite gang. But Kebe's late to the feast, so I'll just make sure we're all on the same page for now. When you get down to it, we have two goals for this job. Fight back them three treasures, and mill the coves what cloyed them in the first place. You can be sure that the Yellow Jacket True will be doing her damnedest to beat us to the marks. And seeing as the fate of the guild is at stake, we'd best not drag our Jew beaters on this one. Say we grapple them baubles before she's even lifted anchor, and give her a proper reason to rage against us rogues. Seem awful keen on this contest all of a sudden, Jack. Well, here's the thing. Sent me a grievance to the Thelocracy regarding the Shrew's challenge. Them paper shufflers don't care a whit as long as one of us gets the job done. So I figured I'd sail with the wind rather than against it. Besides, we wouldn't want to shirk our duties and force poor Captain Malala to blunder about in the scary Darkmans now, would we? How very gentlemanly of you. Well, them's the cards have been dealt, ain't they? Now, stow your quips and let's hear what you've learned about them bloody treasures already. Aye, the treasures. According to the manifest of the Maelstrom vessel, we're looking to bite back the Cerulean Star, the Silver Sorrows, and something called the Black Sarcophagus. Uh-oh. Chat, is Dio in there? Oh, shit. Aside from the fancy names, I was able to whittle a few more details. The Cerulean Star, for starters, is a big old blue diamond what shines like, well, like a star, I suppose. Then we got the Silver Sorrows, a pair of earrings what once graced the wattles of Sultana of Uldar. There's a tale there, but one what don't concern us at present. Lastly, this Black Sarcophagus thing. I'm afraid that one remained a mystery no matter how much I poked and prodded. In any case, all three of these trinkets was recorded as spoils from official privateering raids. Now, as you know, a pirate will usually sell his plunder through a reliable fence. Sometimes through holding an auction is the only way to offload goods what is too extravagant, or just too bleeding rare for the average coal to deal in. Our three wondrous treasures fell into the auction-only category. When the bidding began in Elport, the Thelocracy weighed in with its ample purse, made some unmatchable offers, then organized a tub for the merchandise to be shipped back to Limsa. That's when our mark swooped in and picked their transport clean. Had a few wids with the Maelstrom sailors that survived the attack, and they pointed the finger at the grinning curs. Problem is, not one cull's seen hide nor hair of the curs, not to mention their bloody ship since the raid. Hey, there she is. Sorry I'm late, Jack, but you'll want to hear this. Some of the cargo what was cloyed from the transport was just found during a routine inspection at the Lithagran checkpoint. Oh, Lithagran. There we go. The Lithagran? The curs made landfall then. What are the treasures? Any mention of them? Not that I've heard, but the jackets ain't done shaking out all the boxes yet. We'd better get eyes out there, quick like. Jackson, underfoot, you're fresh for a run, ain't you? Come on, Colt. I'll race you to the checkpoint. My legs are longer than your entire body. How the fuck the little shit beat me? God damn it. But what I've been able to catch from the swats at the gate, it seems a peddler was boned for carrying goods that what was known to be aboard that transport. They carted the poor sod away in chains, but the cargo itself is still here. Saw a pair of jackets carrying boxes up that wooden ramp. We need to know what's in the crates. I get the feeling they won't be opening their gans for the asking though. Not while the Fool's Challenge is going on. Do you think you could skulk over there and see if you've found them treasures yet? Stealth it is! This is all junk. No diamonds, no earrings, and no bloody black sarcophagus. Looks like we'll have to lean hard on the skinny peddler if we want to find them treasures. Sergeant says the merchant's still pleading ignorance. Claims he was hired to carry the goods through the checkpoint and naught else. What a pile of pugil shape. I'm guessing the pirates have split the cargo and are trying their luck at every checkpoint. Captain Malala already given orders to double the guard and inspect every cart and wagon what comes through. Why would you order a cull to carry goods through the checkpoint? No smugglers that daft, surely. And even if by some miracle of the gods you squirm through the Lithagran without raising a fuss, why would you risk taking merchandise back to the city what you cloyed it from? No, there's a bigger picture here. We need to take a step back to see it. Assuming the Curs hired this peddler to do their dirty work, there will be someone in the shadows has broken the deal. I just happen to know a cove what makes its business to oversee these kinds of shady arrangements. The thing is, this black marketer bloke changes his haunts depending on how the breeze blows. Quite literally, in fact. I seem to recall the Navigator's veil being shifted by a Westerly this morning, so that put him... Ah, the Tiller's Rest. Nice and close. Why don't we go ask him for a few questions before we head back to the guild? I pride myself on my memory of faces, but yours is unknown to me. Are you an earnest customer, or an inquisitive annoyance? Must be sure of your intentions. Hostile presence! Oh shit! Well, I think this is a very weird excuse just to put a fight in. Ah well. It's an MMO, you gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah ha 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 ha, wheeze. The dance is old, but the name is new. Put away your daggers, rogue. I've peddled my wares to your kind since the upright thieves stalked the night. Speak. What would ye have of this humble merchant? Still tormenting the cults, eh, Granddad? We've come for information on the smuggling job. There was this peddler what was caught at the Lithagran checkpoint moving merchandise from the Grinning Curs. Pleaded innocence even when he had the screws put to him. You wouldn't know aught about that deal, would you? Every last sort of detail. Not a single grain of stolen sand passes through the shadows without my knowledge. But such prickly wisdom lodges tightly in one's throat. What have you brought to ease the pain of its passage? Spare me the theatrics, Grandad. Here's your usual purse. Sum is paid. The deal is made. May my answers sate your fickle hunger. Your hapless peddler was indeed innocent. He was but a beast of burden employed by associates of the Grinning Curs, and likely knew naught of his freight's tainted nature. A pawn, if you will, a convenient decoy. There are those amongst my acquaintances who specialize in providing such services. Aye, that's what I thought. The Curs wanted that cull to get caught. Now the jackets have had a taste, they'll waste their time yapping every shite pie what comes through the checkpoints. Meanwhile, the real treasures are hidden away in the Darkmans, along with the Grinning Curs. Not the Darkmans, Master Rogue. The Mist. Aside from the traveling merchant, the Curs associates have spent coin on another piece for this little game. A navigator. One who has practiced in piloting a vessel through the Doxy's pull. The Doxies? Gods only know how many ships have sailed into that fog soup and never came out again. That's where you say the Curs had gone to ground? Now there's a trick what took some bollocks. Once their hunted tub was sitting dimmer in the mist, it would have been easy to have these associates of theirs ferry the junk goods to Lanosia. And the canny coves just needed to wait for the peddler to get boned and draw the glazes of the Yellow Jackets inland. We need to strike now. As soon as they learn the coast is clear, they'll flee for open waters. A fair appraisal of events. Now that you know the locations of your marks, however, it will not be so difficult to track them down. The Doxy's Pool was once an impenetrable shroud, but ever since the calamity, the mists are far less constant. Not consistent. Narrow your search to the heaviest banks, and you'll soon uncover those who wish to remain unseen. But now a warning. The mists conceal other dangers besides the dogs you seek. A careless step may land you upon the chopping block. The chopping block? You can't mean... Seems I found myself another lead to look into. You hurry on back to Jack and tell him what we've learned so far. Nobody, also nobody, absolutely nobody. Random Lalafell talker will rip your guts out. Even if I was threatened by a Lalafell, it wouldn't work. I'd just laugh at him. I can't not. They're short, they're not threatening. Their name's stupid shit like Coco Bussy. I still can't get over that, man. Don't call yourself... God. The names people have. It disgusts me sometimes. Only some. Some people actually try to have, like, normal names. Some of them are jokes, but then others are just, like, downright disgusting. So Marks and the Bitten Baubles are snug inside the Doxy's pool, eh? I'll not discount the old man's warning, but we may not have been a chance to crash the curse and grab all them treasures. We board that ship right now. You, me, and Vakebe. I suppose we'll be needing ourselves a tub for the voyage. I'll have weirds with Warsand, and see what the dry docks can spare us by way of a ship and a reliable crew. Get your kit together and meet us there. Ah. So the person who was in here before, it's like, no, you need to go and talk to this person to get to the place. Hey, yeah, I can't. So I had to go the long way. Well, if that's the case, we'll be getting to the Marauder one first. New player? Technically. I say technically because, like, I think it was back in Shadowbringers? I played the game and, like, purchased a skip so I could play with friends. So, like, technically I've played some Shadowbringers, but not, like, the actual main MSQ. Yeah, technically not new, but I might as well be. The fuck was that? Oh, scared the shit out of me. I straight up had no idea what the fuck that was. The lad's past the worst of it. He struck his head in the fall, though, and it may be some time before he opens his eyes. Thank you for coming, brother. We hadn't scattered those shackles when you did. I've done naught to earn your thanks. When I learned of the situation from Aleport, I realized the dangers were greater than I had anticipated. No single marauder could have hoped to fend off such numbers in time. I did? I was fine. What are you talking about? There is not more we can accomplish here, Jaxic. It's time we return to the guild and focus on other tasks. God, and it took me so long to get here in the fucking first place. Now I gotta go back? Ugh.
Thrumcar.
Hey, Project Mango, thank you so much for the follow, my dude. Glad to see you're enjoying yourself here, man. And also, yes, for my regulars, like, I redid all of my, alerts, too. When I said I did a complete overhaul of everything, I fucking meant it.
For the Horde.
Oh, and a Prime sub as well. Yo. Thank you so much, Mango. Oh, that's another thing I gotta do. Is I need to actually change my, my subscriber, badges in chat. Just realized. They're still Crash Team Racing themed. Yeah. Like, everything I have in my stream is Warcraft themed, except my subscriber badges. I need to figure out what to do with them. Oh, well, in the meantime, enjoy your trophy. Plunder Storm tokens? No. Ew. Oh, I'm so glad I finished with that fucking grind. I never want to play Warcraft's Battle Royale ever again. Oh, that shit sucked. Still flabbergasted how well the orc model fits you somehow. Oh, thanks. Honestly, I thought it wouldn't. So, good to hear that it works. But yeah, like I mentioned when I was, like, showing it off at the beginning of the stream, like, the original plan was to actually pay for a dwarven model. But then I was just browsing Twitter earlier today, and I found an artist just put this up for free. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Why not? Alright, Jaxic. I pulled in some favors, and there's a crew what'll get us close enough to scamper aboard the cursed vessel. It'll be cramped up on that deck. If we try to mill the whole lot at once, we'll soon find ourselves up against the rails. So we go in quick and quiet and try and knock them off a few at a time. Well, Colt, you eager to test your sea legs? I've been at sea a few times. Let the growler off his chain. Oh, Jesus. That should not be funny, but for those of you who know anything about like, British slang. This thing being called a growler is hilarious. Alright, good. Hey, can I get some... there we go. Thank you, Jack. Didn't even let me finish my joke. I was about to say, can I get some assistance finishing off this growler? Growler is English slang for vagina, by the way. Jack, I found me one of them treasures. Unless there's another fist-sized blue diamond on board, it's gotta be the Cerulean Star. As of them other two baubles, they've tossed the cabins and been through the hold, ilm by ilm. There's naught else here. Well, we'll just have to ask all sweet-like, won't we? Spit it out, Kerr. Where are you keeping the rest of your treasures? Prowler theme intensifies. See, that's the alternate universe version of the Prowler, where the Prowler is actually a woman. It's actually Miles's, aunt. Oh, shit. You think I'd spill me guts for the likes of you, Rogue? Maybe you wouldn't at that. But what about this partner you're working with? Ouch it. We don't need no partner. So you're telling me this is all your own idea? You woke up one day and decided you'd attack a Maelstrom transport right off the coast of Airport, then disappear into the love and embrace of the Doxy Pole? Not exactly your style, is it? The Grin and Curse are too bleeding famous for being the crew what turned their snouts up a privateering in favor of keeping the old ways. You've only escaped the Yellow Jacket's grip by long and clawing... Yeah, by long and clawing your bellies and snatching scraps what fell off the table. You ain't the type to sink your teeth into Navy-owned vessels, no matter the prize. Aye, well, maybe there ain't no profit in being cautious no more. The age of pirates is swift coming to an end. Merlwyb won't be stopped, not by a piddling little crew like mine. That's why we're throwing our lot in with the executioners. That blue rock was just our share of the loot. The scraps from the table, like you said. If you want them other trinkets, then you'll have to take it up with our new mates. Putting aside the issue of who gave the orders, there's no doubt that these was the coves what raided the Maelstrom ship. Now for a punishment, what fits the crime? Oh, there she is. Great. I was informed that a certain well-known pirate ship was spotted weighing anchor at the Morabi dry docks. I assume that was your work? Aye, you missed all the excitement, Captain. But never you mind. The Cerulean Star is back and Bob and our sneaky little fambles. And these must be the Grinning Curs? Degenerate fiends! How dare you ply your filthy trade in Leminson waters? How many innocent sailors were massacred that you might sate your vile avarice? Every one of your kind ought to be lined up and shot. Musket ball is the only answer for this rampant display of lawlessness. Wait. Do you mean to just execute them here on the bloody docks? Let's take the buggers into custody first. Handing them over to you for lawful punishment will satisfy the demands of the code just as well. I've already got the answers to our questions, so feel free to take them away. Do not presume to give me orders, rogue. You only managed to capture these villains and their ill-gotten treasure by employing unsavory and unconscionable means. Why, you're not more than pirates yourselves. These bastards ain't worth a true pirate's spit. The upright thieves was formed to protect us from ourselves. Now they're just hunting dogs for the Admiral. Merlwyb yanks the leash and another buccaneer disappears. You rogues are traitors to your own kind. If it hadn't been for you... Hey? Go on then. Blame me and me codes for your own failures. You knew what you was about when you defied the code. You knew what we'd be after you. We're done here. There's still 2 treasures left, Rogue, and I mean to claim them both. I'd reconsider this contest of yours, Captain. Turns out this fish we're trying to hook is a shark. This might just swallow your haul. Alright, so I need to... Every time I always find someone with a terrible fucking name. Hey, you, Hentacle Tentai, fuck off. Get yourself a better name. Jesus. Oh, the people that play this game drive me fucking nuts. Been work on that ship, Jackson. First blood is ours. How'd you take to fighting the sea? Wasn't the first time. I've mentioned that before. Why is it always Lalafell? Oh, that's you? Of course it is. Shit. Alright, swap back to the Marauder. Finish that off. Just stop running? No. Just come and catch me. If you can. You will, because I'll be sitting around reading text for a while. I'm glad the lad will live, but I fear this will not be the last time Sigurd abandons caution in his thirst for vengeance against Kuchata. The wound in his heart festers and seethes, feeding his impatience at our seeming inaction. But we must not link ill... God, dyslexia plays. But we must not think ill of the boy. Instead, let his helpless rage be as a spur to our efforts. I say again, Jaxek, Kuchata will fall by your hand, and I'll shape you into the deadly weapon you need to be. You bag gifts? Alright then. What do you got? Pfft. 500,000 gil? You sure about that? Sure, okie dokie. I'll take it. Thanks, man. You didn't need to do that. Like, fuck, I think the Prime sub was enough. Jesus. God damn.